All right, so I just mentioned those corners. I want to go deeper into LSU's cornerback situation. Not looking too good. The situation is pretty dire right now for LSU's cornerbacks. Brian Kelly on Monday saying that Deuce Chestnut, Denver Harris, and Zy Alexander all unavailable on Saturday against Alabama. And Deuce, Zy, those were your opening day starters at corner. Deuce hasn't played in a long time. I couldn't even tell you the last time that Chestnut played in a game for this team. Probably like Mississippi State, Grambling State. It was a long time ago. We haven't seen him since. Denver Harris has been in and out of the lineup, but he's had to play a lot more because Deuce hasn't been suiting up. And then Zy Alexander's kind of been the one mainstay all year in that cornerback room. He's out with an injury, apparently. So what does that leave you with? Well, not many proven options. You got LaTerrence Welsh, young kid. You've got Ashton Stamps, a true freshman. You got Sage Ryan, an experienced guy that has kind of had to fill in at corner because of really there's nobody there that can play at this point. So not looking great. And the one time that we saw a shorthanded secondary room against an offense that passed the ball well, not Auburn, not Army. Ole Miss, though, didn't look good. Same thing for Missouri, too. I know LSU won that game, but they still put up 39 points and still had a lot of downfield shots completed, passing plays all over the field. So, I understand if you're not feeling too confident in this LSU secondary going into this game against Alabama. But that's the big question. How much has this Alabama secondary, or not Alabama secondary, how much has this LSU secondary improved since the debacle against Ole Miss? Because that was a debacle. You had players not knowing if it was man-to-man, not knowing if it was zone. Guys were missing tackles. Dudes weren't putting in their 100% effort on plays. How much better are they 1 month from that terrible showing? We're going to find out against Alabama. And it's important because the Crimson Tide don't have a good offense. I'll just be frank with you. It's 77th in FBS in passing. For scoring numbers, they're down in, at least below 60. I've looked all this stuff up. Nothing really sticks off the page. What does stick off the page, though, is this deep dive stat right here. And this is one that really matters. Yards per completion, while Alabama is 77th in college football in passing offense, they are 4th in yards per completion, one in front of LSU, who's at 5th. They complete their passes for, on average, 15.54 yards per completion, which means this Alabama offense likes to throw it deep, and when they do throw it deep, they complete those deep passes. That's what you got to know about Jalen Milroe in this offense. They're not really a team that'll carve you up with the 10 to 20-yard passes over the middle to the outside. No, they like to run the ball, set up play action, and then launch it and catch these corners, catch these safeties in one-on-one, in a mismatch, or really just sleeping. That's what they're trying to do. And when you're playing a young secondary, guys that haven't seen a lot of snaps at the SEC level, yeah, I mean, that's not good because they could easily get caught looking in the backfield. They could easily get caught looking at the quarterback. They could just simply get beat on a double move. And if those kinds of things happen in this game, that might be all you need if you're Alabama to beat LSU. So you can't sit there as an LSU fan and go, they're fine, next man up. No, I mean, this is not good here. This is a clear mismatch that you could see on paper coming into the game. So, again, back to the question. How much better is this LSU secondary since the loss against Ole Miss? Because the same things that the Rebels exposed this Tigers secondary with, Alabama will do. Jalen Milroe will hit a receiver one-on-one if he's open downfield. And the question and the challenge for these young secondary members is to do assignments, play fundamental football, and don't give up that big play. And we'll see if they can do that. That's the one thing that's giving me pause with predicting this matchup right now. I mean, who do you go with here? Alabama doesn't have a great offense, but all it takes is a couple of mistakes by young players, which young players are prone to make mistakes, to flip this game on its head and to allow Alabama to stay in this game and keep up with LSU's very potent offense. So that's the challenge for those younger guys that are now having to step in and play. Again, just like the Mekhi Wingo injury, It's just a darn shame that you brought in 3 transfer corners to play big snaps and in the big games like this one, and they're unavailable and can't play. So that's the one part of this game to me where Alabama has a decided advantage on paper, is their downfield passing game against LSU's young, inexperienced, and frankly, somewhat porous secondary. So that's one matchup to watch within this matchup on Saturday, and that could be the Achilles heel for this LSU team in this game should they lose.